I mean, I would say do a coin join if you want to do a coin join. But yeah, I think he's onto something here because if you're doing a coin join, you have a third party coordinator. That money is still going to end up in your self custody, and validated by your node. So yeah, you may require your node to confirm it. So I think even in that case, I wouldn't say do a coin join just to quote unquote support, something we're doing. Do a coin join if you want to do a coin join. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that would.
Okay. So, and if the coordinators, what if the coordinator only, if he's a BIP 110er and says, is that something that will happen? That they would say,
It,
I'm only going to coin join with this?
it doesn't matter if they are. If you are, you would still require a confirmation on the BIP 110 on your BIP 110 node.
I think
Okay,
like
copy that.
coordination for coin joins and stuff like that in a chain split scenario is insane. I don't know how anyone's going to handle that. But I mean, we shouldn't have an unresolved chain split going on for in perpetuity. The implications of trying to do something like that, it's not that bad because it's an unconfirmed transaction that gets in the chain. It's not multi-hop. It's not doing anything sophisticated outside of the logic of the transaction itself. So the complicated stuff. So I'm contradicting myself here. The complicated stuff in coin joins is all the chromium blinding. Bitcoin itself doesn't care about that. It just sees a transaction with loads of outputs and loads of inputs. That's all. There is nothing about coin joins which violates BIP 110's rules, especially not in 2 weeks from now when the only BIP 110 rule is that a block has to flip a version bit. But even after that in September, when it's enforcing all of the restrictions on Taproot and op return and stuff, nothing about it changes. Um, if you're on a different chain, that matters, but you're not you're not really on a different chain. Like if you're using Wasabi, uh, I forget even how it works. It's downloading block filters, but I don't know what it's going to set to. Wasabi used to use knots, but it never used the latest version of knots, and I don't know. I'm actually stumped on that one. If anyone more technical wants to come up and talk about implications of equal output coin joins during a chain split when the coordinator's on a different chain to whatever block filters you downloaded, sounds like coordinators would just not coordinate during that time.
Yeah, but my advice would just don't be doing any complicated stuff like this right around this time period is not a good time.
Yeah, definitely, not on the 7th or 8th or whatever, but I was also curious if it would help with the signaling and just, doing it like now or
It
beforehand.
wouldn't
But
make any
thank you
difference.
guys.
Like the only
Yep.
thing people are looking at now, the only thing they can literally know is what does the user agent say in your node, and do you flip the version bit or not in your blocks if you're mining. Those are the only two metrics we have. Everything else is social. It's who's talking about it, who's saying what on social media. Like everything else, the actual discernible stuff at the protocol level is just what does your user agent say on your node? And that doesn't tell you anything about the economic activity of that node and what version bits got flipped by the blocks that miners are throwing at us. That's it. There's literally nothing else you can look to discern support for BIP 110 at the protocol level.
Okay, cool. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to answer that, and nice to see you not getting attacked by Mr. Hoddle all the time. This is like a nice calm room. Mechanic, you're
It's
not constantly just like on the defense.
thanks, man. Yeah, I'm quite used to doing the 9 against 1 kind of spaces, like where you got like one guy trying to intensely argue on an extreme technicality. You got another guy who's calling you a little bitch, and then you've got like, and you just have to keep switching lanes all the time between like a professional adult conversation about monetary protocol that we're designing for centuries to come, and another guy just hurling insults, another guy just lying, someone else that doesn't understand what they're talking about but is good natured. It's like it's unbelievable the mental chaos of like trying to fend all that stuff off at once.
Yeah, man, you handle it brilliantly, and always love the entertainment. But man, those guys they act like 12-year-olds, and I guess they must have so much Bitcoin that they just don't give a shit what anybody thinks about them. But some of them are very technical as well. They just have a different agenda.
So they are at war with themselves. So this is the core crux of the problem. They're not actually at war with BIP 110. They are of fighting their own mental kind of setting, right? They're fighting their own mentality, and that is what they will realize, I think, later, because they've been wrong, right?
Well, if there's makers and takers, I mean, these guys are the epitome of like extraction machines, right? They just want to extract
Yeah, they're rent
and
they're
bleed
rent
it,
seeking.
bleed Bitcoin. They're not here for the revolution. They're not here to put Bitcoin, have it be an alternate, money. They, so that's the way I see it. But yeah, thanks again, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
very good point. So just make a quick analogy real quick about, worst case scenarios, like keeping a first aid kit in your car, or I don't know if any of you carry concealed carry.